Kenny and Nat, rocking the scene with you in old flicks from the 90s. So keen, the VHS Club, they're the talk of the town. Breaking it down, spreading nostalgia all around. Moving and grooving to the synth-pop sound. Their insights so fresh, painting pictures profound. From Pulp Fiction to Clueless, they know it all. The genuine love for movies stands tall. Unfolding memories on that VHS screen, talking about classics like you've never seen. Katie with her charm, Matt with that wit. Together they make the VHS Club legit.
Welcome back to the VHS Club. Welcome back to 1986.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We're back in time tonight for an anniversary edition review of the movie Top Gun.
Yep, 40th anniversary of Top Gun.
Yeah, somehow this movie is 40 years old, which can't be possible because I'm younger than 40 years old. Something is going on. Something is
Correct.
going on here. Yeah, it's not possible.
Like this movie is not the same age as my baby brother.
Yeah, no, that's not.
No.
No. Well,
No.
that's fine because
No.
we're back in 1986. We're playing volleyball. We're sweaty. So much sweat in this movie. We're all oiled up and sweaty. It's going to be a fun ride. So if you're hanging out with us here in the live studio audience, definitely let us know if you've seen Top Gun. It looks like Josh has seen it, but 20 years ago. Paul is saying maybe once or twice. We need to know if Val has seen it. But let us know. Val is admitting how old you were in 1986. We refuse to post that publicly. We're not. All of us are younger than however we feel. that's the
Exactly.
It's the important part. Paul saw this on opening night, which sort of gives stuff away, but that's okay. Well, are you ready, Nat? Are you ready to dive into
Yes.
the wonderful world of Top Gun? What's this one about?
It's about fighter jet pilots. That's not an accurate term, but that's
Sure.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's about fighter jet pilots and their egos and being in the Navy /
Air Force.
Air Force.
Hmm.
That's complicated, but they technically are fighter pilots for the Navy that go back to a special school. It sounds like they're going to a special school, but they're going to an elite training program to become the best of the best for the American military overall. Whether they're going to be part of the Air Force or the Navy or what they do after their special elite training, we find out at the end, which the answer is teach.
If you survive, we were chatting about this before
Yes.
before
Not
we
everybody
jumped on.
survives.
This job is sort of like an athlete in that there's you age out at a point one way or the other. You're gonna age
So I
out of
looked
this
it up.
program.
You age out basically by like 35, and if you're like actually a maverick, which is a term that's used to describe somebody with an abnormally exceptional skill set, then it could be into your early 40s at most. Like instructors are still flying, but they're in their 40s.
Old or young.
Yeah. So
I would say
So-
young, but sure, old. We'll go.
Yeah, and apparently you have to be under the age of 33 to do Air Force training. Otherwise, you're too old.
Well, this just in. Paul, thank you, Paul, is saying that naval aviators in the Navy.
Yes,
we're
thank
Canadian, so welcome to this ride.
No, but that's right. I'm like, I knew fighter jet pilot wasn't right.
Let's just, if you're new here, allow us to describe this show a little bit. We are not film critics, film students, capable American, all the stuff.
We don't do much research. We're Googling while watching the movie.
We are telling you our thoughts and feelings on the
Yeah.
movie. We hope you tell us your thoughts and feelings on this movie. Paul is dropping one of our first fun facts of the night. Anthony Edwards, who plays Goose, my all-time favorite character in this movie, other than maybe Meg Ryan, who plays his wife, is the
Yes.
only actor who didn't vomit while in the fighter jets, which I feel like he should have gotten some kind of award for that. That's impressive. That is very, very impressive. Well, I will follow up your fun fact with a couple of my own, Paul. So this was a movie that came out, as I said, in 1986. The director, Tony Scott, the star of this film, Tom Cruise, and the U.S. Navy saw a 500% increase in recruitment on the other side of this movie. And the filmmakers had to pay the U.S. Navy an insane amount of money because this was before computer animation, which I'm going to continue calling it, even though that's not what it's called. So this was before like any kind of digital special effects. So these were actual fighter jets. This was,
Planes, yes.
yeah. That
And they
is
filmed on
doubly
actual
impressive.
location. Like they filmed on actual, like military owned airspace, like on bases and stuff. It was filmed at the Top Gun base, part of it.
Yeah.
They were in, I think, San Diego, Nevada, and part in Washington. I think they filmed.
Someone will
Anyways,
fact
or that
check
was
that for
maybe
us.
the second one.
Yeah, it could be a mix of the second one. We just looked up before we jumped on that that Top Gun used to be in California up until the mid 90s, 1996, and then moved to Nevada. And it actually apparently
Yes.
is one word. So it's like Top Gun.
Yeah,
And not
Top Gun, one word.
Gun, which weird, but okay. And Paul's giving me this specific information. So the Pentagon charged Paramount Pictures $1.8 million to use all of their planes and aircraft carriers for
That's
the
not a
film.
lot.
It was
They
in
should have charged more because
1986.
yeah, but to send one of those planes in the sky cost over $1 million for a few minutes. Like,
But they had a 500% increase in recruitment, Nat. They got all the
That's true.
people in. They got all of the people in.
I wonder what that pitch was like at the Pentagon. It's like these guys from Hollywood, these like Hollywood suits being like, hi sir, we need to borrow all of your really expensive equipment to film a movie, but we promise you'll see an increase in recruitment.
Yeah. So as we always do, we let you give the description, but I worked with my AI robot friends to come up with what I think is an incredible description of this movie, which says this film is basically a 2-hour commercial for being hot and flying jets. I think it's pretty accurate.
It's pretty accurate.
It's pretty
yeah.
accurate. I can't think of. It is interesting because it usually like our questions are things like, would this movie hold up today? Would they be able to get away with making a movie like this today? I don't
Yes.
know. I mean, they made the
Well,
sequel.
they did in 2022.
Yeah, they made
Which
this.
not much in the movie changed.
No.
The only thing I noticed, so the second movie, spoiler alert, in the sequel, it's actually
Cover
a
your ears,
sequel,
Val.
which I was not emotionally prepared. I just thought it was a remake.
Mm-mm.
I didn't realize it was a sequel. So I didn't realize the pilot in the sequel was Goose's son,
Mhm.
which was like a whole bunch of like, oh, let's just re-traumatize Natalie watching this movie because Anthony Edwards is going to die tragically again, like in whatever he's in. Few of his characters have made me cry. Except the kid is in this movie. The movie takes place in 1986. The math isn't mathing because the kid in the second movie is in his 20s, but he should be in his mid-late 30s.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't be allowed to be a fighter
But-
pilot. So
Suspension of belief. Yeah. Yeah, he shouldn't be a fighter pilot starting out. Like, also, Tom Cruise's Maverick flying at. They did say he was 57 in the movie, which is not Tom Cruise's age in the while filming the movie, but that would be super unrealistic as well. But for suspension of belief.
For suspension of belief, because Tom Cruise had to go back and do it
Which, I mean, good on him. It was great.
Yeah.
I was very surprised at how good that was.
Yeah, it is. I have to say, I'm not normally there have only been a few. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind live while we are chatting with you, because I will say I did really enjoy Beetlejuice. I did really enjoy Twisters, and I did really enjoy this sequel.
I did not.
So you didn't like Twisters?
Oh. No.
Oh, I liked Twisters.
I was like, the female scientist should have a bigger speaking part. All of the female scientists that are in it that basically don't talk.
I thought it was fun.
And then there's that guy that they
fun.
keep telling us is good that I question if he is or not. That just was there.
The pretty guy, yeah.
Anyways, no, I didn't enjoy Twisters. I apologize.
That's okay. You can have your opinion. You're good.
So in this movie, so we have Maverick and Goose, which are their call signs.
Yeah. Everyone gets nicknames, which I think should be a thing in every industry. I feel like everyone should have call names, nicknames. I think it would be great. So yeah, Maverick and Goose.
It'd be fun. So Maverick and Goose. We're introduced to their characters. Maverick, we see he's a legacy pilot. His dad was a pilot who, under classified circumstances, went MIA back in the day. So he has some childhood trauma related to that. So he's technically the best pilot of all time, Maverick. But he always comes in second place because he'll do something wild that will get them in trouble.
Unpredictable, which is exactly what you want in a pilot, if I understand correctly.
Well,
so
I mean, that's what I was thinking, especially at the school. It's like he does something that is spectacular and as they say in the movie, the best flying that they've ever seen. And like, if you don't have somebody that pushes the boundaries, then you can't change, right? And especially in military games and like in warfare and in technology, like if you don't push the boundaries, then we're just going to still be stuck in that one spot, right? So technically, like I could see in an organized large scale attack, a Maverick of sorts would be bad, but in like individual little skill testing, I think he should have beat Iceman more often.
Yeah, I think let's talk about this for a second. So you have Maverick, who's like the hot shot, clearly best of the best, but he's like cocky, arrogant, and does things that piss people off. He does like the flybys.
And as Goose points out,
takes risks,
they're
etc. They're a team. Yeah.
It's like I was there too.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have Iceman, and like who is cocky, arrogant, ego-filled. I don't even know what his. Yeah, Iceman and Mini Iceman, Iceman and Snowball,
the two blonde guys.
The two blonde guys. But Iceman is equally egotistical, like everything that you would expect in a pilot and a fighter pilot, like everything you need to be in order to like actually do that job. But he's like the rule follower, and I was like, I don't know if you like. I don't get how the rule follower wins in this one. Like, I don't feel like he's the better person.
Well, it's the aspect of trusting your unit and your team.
Yeah, I
and
guess
like team building. Except the way they set up the school is hyper competitive.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of, to me, it's a bit of a plot hole to be like, it's a competition. Only one set of you will win. Like only one plane, which is two pilots, will win at the end of this course. But then they keep shitting on Maverick and Goose for not following team playing.
Well, and what's weird too is that like they,
I don't know
if they get the, I don't know. It is weirdly structured. And the one line that like, and I've seen this movie a bajillion times. I don't even remember when the first time I saw it was, but watching it tonight, and I was trying to like be very focused and take detailed notes for all of you. I did notice like there's this part in it, Charlie, who we will talk about in a minute in detail, but she is like, she's the civilian that's there. She's like insanely smart, and she's helping to teach the class. And I'm
assuming she's some kind of engineer.
They list off her like crazy science engineering credentials. She's like
Yeah.
not a joke. She's like a total badass.
He
But
works for Pentagon.
but
top clearance.
she comes in as this character that's like is equal, like she sort of reinforces what Iceman is like saying, where it's like, well, you need to play by the rules because otherwise like your team will die, otherwise the planes will blow up. Like there's more than just being incredible. So I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Like Maverick
But
is
then
is the
also-
hot shot, but then she doubles like, and I can't tell if it's because she's got the relationship with him or whatever, but there's the part where she's like teaching and using Maverick as an example, and then she sort of like she lets him win at the end. I was like, okay, well, she lets him win because like she was like, well, that was the wrong thing to do, but I would give you points anyway, kind of thing. And you're like, okay, maybe that's just because they're sleeping together. Fine. But then she comes out afterwards and directly tells him that like she couldn't say how incredible he was and how much she backed him up because of their relationship. And I was like, but doesn't that go against literally everything that you've said leading up to this moment, which is like
there's a lot of contradictory moments.
It's a big contradictory moment where she basically says that like because you're a hotshot, you're the best of the best, and because you push the boundaries and break the rules, like that's what makes you like phenomenal and you're amazing at what you and. But then that's not what she said in the class. And that's also not what she said leading up to the class. Like, it was weird.
She's like a professor sleeping with her student talking about not breaking rules. Like, good job.
Yeah.
The power dynamic there is not balanced.
Yeah. Also, a controversial opinion. I actually, and I'm the like, every movie deserves a romance person, but I actually don't think this movie needed the romance. Like, I actually think it would have been a completely fine movie without their romance whatsoever.
I do love the romance scene.
I like the romance scenes, but I didn't need them.
We didn't need them, but what I did enjoy is that he had somebody who was outside of his immediate circle, so outside of the pilots as a sounding board. So it's like when they had those moments and they're talking and he's like sharing about the reason he always comes in second is his childhood trauma of losing his father and then the stigma around his father's disappearance. Because rumor sort of has it that his dad did something wrong and got people killed and that's why he disappeared. Which we later find out isn't the case, but
he gets that though like a little bit with Goose, and he gets that you get that through when Goose's wife and child show up and they have that, like, I get that Charlie's character is like, makes Maverick Maverick come across as like more human and you understand his story and his journey. But I do think like you probably could remove her from that role. I think she still needs to exist like as a character, but I think you could remove her from that role and you could still have his relationship with Goose and the other characters. You could have maybe even a few flashback moments to his dad. And you have that moment at the end where he's talking with Viper, I think it is, where he's talking with like, and finds out the actual story about his father. Like, I actually think like it not to diminish her. I think she's phenomenal. She's beautiful. The scenes were like incredible, but I just feel like not that they didn't have chemistry, but it didn't really serve the movie.
I found the thing that made me question whether we needed this or not is like they keep referencing like she's much older than him, except they look the same age. They look the same age.
I will say I would be very sad if like one of my all-time favorite scenes in this, and again, there's just something about there's so much testosterone in this movie. So there is something about the fact that like she's also like she plays in that world and she like is highly capable in that space. I love the scene where she's trying to talk to him and he's being a jackass about it and he gets on his motorcycle and drives off in this
because she basically said you're a fuck up in class in front of everybody and he got pissed about it.
He throws his Tom Cruise boy fit and he like drives off his tantrum and then she like gets in her badass vintage car and just like literally like almost dies, like peeling after him, keeping up with him all the way through. And I was like, this scene is everything.
Cuts him off, like nearly kills him.
Like they are both like equal parts rage and like chaos and craziness. So that was the one moment where I was like, all right, I like this.
My favorite Charlie scene is at the beginning. So when they first get to Top Gun, they go to this bar, which I love. There's a sign outside the bar that says animal party. which I was like,
Oh, I didn't catch
I
that.
need more. I need more
Like,
explanation
I
to
would
what
like
the animal
backstory
party.
of
It's
this
like
bar.
animal party night or something. And it's like, explain, because nobody's wearing like animal print or dressed as animals. I don't know what this. Anyways, I have questions for this non-existent bar, but I digress.
Backstory on the
So-
bar. Yeah.
So they go in and, as a very testosterone way, they say like, oh, it's a like it'll be a high batting average here. Like basically, it's easy to pick up women in this bar. I mean, they're dressed in their uniform, in their formal,
I mean,
like
probably
whites,
any
and-
woman that's in that bar is there to pick. Like, otherwise, they're
Yeah,
the women.
yeah.
The women that are in that bar are either crazy or
They
they're
know.
there to pick up these men because the whole bar's filled with them. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So then they do so Tom Cruise, so Maverick sees Charlie, and him and Goose do apparently this little shtick, which I think Goose he's underrated, like very, very funny. Like everything he says is hilarious.
Yep.
And I forget exactly how Maverick put it, but something like, what's the song that they do? Because now I have
You've
just
lost-
the Righteous Brothers in my head. You've lost this loving feeling.
Is that what it
And
is?
he's like, yeah, and Maverick says like, oh, I think she's lost that loving feeling again. And Goose is like, I hate when she does that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was one of the funniest lines in the movie. But he goes up, they do their little duo singing shtick to her, and you see she's not at all falling for it, but he thinks that it's working. And she's just like a cat playing with a mouse. And she's like, oh my God, this kid is so fucking stupid. He has no idea that this isn't working at all. Like that to me was my favorite Charlie moment.
Yeah, I think actually like it could have. I don't know. I think I should say like I actually like I'm very happy with this movie. I don't have a lot of critiques about it, but I did like I sort of like had moments of just being like, nah, I don't know if this was like all that necessary. Like those scenes, the car scene, the like scene where he picks her up at the bar, like I think all of those actually could have stayed in the movie without the rest of their like love story and been fine. Like it would have been like,
I mean, let's be honest, was the beach volleyball scene anything
No.
there
And
other than to have shirtless, sweaty men
and
play
those
volleyball?
scenes, by the way, like the sex
Famous scenes, though.
scenes, the sex scenes between them and the volleyball scene were all added after the movie was done. Like they were added later to be like, oh shoot, we should add these
to fluff it, like to make
fluff
it
it up.
more.
Yeah.
I guess to make it more palatable to mainstream, to make it more palatable to men and women, and I guess to make it more broad spectrum. I guess.
Because why not? They hired a whole bunch of like attractive men, so let's slather them in oil and make them play beach volleyball. I still, though, to this moment, like other than like all the reasons why they've added this scene, the like moment where the guy has his finger up and the ball is spinning on it, I am mesmerized. But I'm just like, I literally was just like, there it is again. The ball's like, it's so. I don't know. It's such a fun shot and like so.
It was well shot.
It was well
I mean,
shot.
like it didn't have again. Like, did it help the plot whatsoever? No, but who cares? That's not why. That's not the point of the movie. Like, I'm glad the movie worked for recruitment, but at the same time, it had nothing to do with anything. Right?
Well, it makes it. It gives it kind of that in defense of the volleyball scene. It gives it. I feel like it does give it that kind of like fraternity brotherhood kind of like it makes it seem as though like even though it's like highly competitive, like it is kind of a trope to like show that like
in every
this is how they blow off steam. Movie, this is exactly. It's
like they're always playing soccer or beach volleyball or like ball hockey or something. You know, like it like any movie that's filmed on a base in a desert, there's a soccer ball. Like guaranteed.
Exactly.
It's a classic scene in a military movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we're missing main characters. I mean, I did
notice
bonus points for Meg Ryan. She's my favorite in this movie.
I know, she's so funny. She comes in to visit Goose, and he's saying how there's like no downtime. They're just too like dog tired and she's like, yeah, I totally don't believe you. And the first thing she says to Maverick is like, oh, Goose told me that you're totally in love with your teacher. And he's like, why did you say that? It was supposed to be a secret. She's like, he tells me everything.
Yeah, they're like again, this is a movie
Which
that is
I'm
filled
so
with
sad that
nothing
Goose
but
died
I know.
because the relationship
The
was
relationship
so
is so
good,
good. I like again in this like
which makes his death so much like it makes it very tragic because we only get him for half the movie. He dies halfway through the movie,
he dies halfway through the movie, and like and you
which is
there's
crazy,
there is this like
but we're very attached.
horrible foreshadowing as well, like because there's like a whole bunch of moments where it's like he's breaking the rules, and the message is like, if if you break these rules, like someone will get hurt, your team will get hurt, the plane will like, and there's even these moments where Goose basically says like, hey, I have a family, like I like like stop
I just want to graduate.
I just want to graduate, stop getting us in trouble. So like you see it coming and know it's coming, especially obviously if you've seen it more, you see the foreshadowing even more. But what I think what's heartbreaking about it is not even so much the like the scene of him dying. So like they have a emergency, they have to parachute out, and he hits eject. He hits the top of the this is my description, the lid of the plane, the clear lid of the plane. He hits the top and then just like falls down to his death, which is horrific. But the actual, in my opinion, the actual saddest part of this entire movie is the scene afterwards with Meg Ryan, where she is like such a badass that she's like experiencing the worst possible thing that could happen to you as a person. And she's like there with her very young son. And Maverick comes in, and she comforts him.
His -10-year-old son.
Yeah, his son who's
so
not even
so that
born
he could
yet.
be 20 in 2022.
So he could be 20 in 2022. She comforts him, and she says like, she was like, Goose loved to fly. He loved to fly with you, but he would have flown without you. And it's like, it's just this like moment that felt
she gives him
so
the out for the guilt.
Yeah, it felt so like real and so noble and so brave, and exactly what you would expect her character to do. Like the strength that partners of military of any kind have to go through. I just feel like she's so beautifully covered. Yeah, anyone that like is a partner to someone who is in a dangerous job like that. I just like, she embodies that so beautifully, and that scene is so heartbreaking on so many, like that's the one that I like ugly cry in and have to like take a moment, because she just does it so beautifully, and with their child sitting there like kind of like fidgeting in the seats. It's a really, really beautiful scene. And I think she's almost underrated in this as a result. Like, cause it's such a larger than life summer blockbuster movie that like that moment.
I completely forgot Meg Ryan was in it.
Yeah. I always do. And then I see her name at the beginning and I'm like, yes.
Right? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Meg Ryan.
So my unpopular opinion, not necessarily unpopular, but my possibly controversial opinion is that Goose died because of Iceman, and it's 100% Iceman's fault.
All right, walk me through it.
Let's go through this. Okay. So Iceman is competing with Maverick to be the best pilot. Mm-hmm. Iceman is arguably the best pilot because he follows the rules 100% of the time.
He's good and a rule follower.
Yes. Yeah. But he knows that Maverick is obviously the better pilot. Yeah. And when they get paired up, so these two planes have to go through this
training exercise.
They're paired up together. He's in lead because he's technically the first ranking in the class. So he's in lead and they're his wingman. And when he knows he's like not engaged and Maverick says, I've got it, just get out of the way. And he won't. So he pulls a Maverick move by not following the rules of engagement and letting the wingman support him because he couldn't get the shot out. So instead of doing that, his ego makes him like wait and wait and wait. And then when they take off, Maverick gets caught, as we find out later, they get caught in like the downstream or the upstream or the something stream from the other plane.
Air.
And that's what causes, pressurized air. And that's what screws everything up. And they can't disengage. They can't open the hatch fast enough, which is why he hits his head and blah, 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 blah.
I mean, like I agree.
Iceman followed the rules of engagement properly and let his team, his wingman, support him when he couldn't do it himself, if he didn't wait those extra 20 seconds, it could have saved lives. Because in planes going as fast as they're going, like, which is very, very, very fast, yeah, like 20 seconds is a lifetime.
Yeah.
Might as well be like 2 days, you know? Like, so it's like, really, if he just, you know, wasn't such a dick. If he didn't want Maverick to lose so badly, Goose would still be alive.
I don't necessarily agree. I think it's
That's
a good.
my.
I think it's a good theory.
I
It is
always
so,
thought that.
like,
I'm like, why? Because so later we see Maverick gets brought up again, like to the panel or to the board, for possible disciplinary action for Goose's death, and they clear him of all of it because, you know, science. And I'm like, I obviously don't know how to talk about the air properly, so the science.
Not an aviator.
So they clear him of it, but like from what they say, they're like, oh, it's the air from the other plane, and I'm like, so it's the other plane's fault.
You're like, pause. Wait a minute. So what you're saying is, yeah.
So why is Maverick being brought up against possible disciplinary action? Like, why are they even having a conversation with him when he equally almost died, which could technically be his own fault? But in this case, they say it absolutely wasn't. Like,
some of the decision points that they make, yeah, again, obviously, like,
it's just because
I
he
have
already
never
had a record with them, right?
I have never
He had
flown
a list of
planes,
infractions.
but like some of the things are, it is weird as a lay person watching them, because it's like there's the moment at the beginning, like where we're first kind of introduced to the characters, and there's the two groups of the two planes with the four people in them, right? So there's Maverick and Goose, and then there's whoever the other two people are at the beginning. And the
Hollywood
and the one guy panics,
something.
right? And like he's like losing it, whatever. And at that point, the ground
that's
team,
on an actual mission. That's actual enemy engagement. It's not a training exercise. And he has a panic attack because they get like the target from the enemy plane locks on them.
Yeah, almost.
He looks at a photo of his wife and kid and has a complete. Fair. I mean, like, you're not in the right job, but fair, totally fair.
But what I don't get about, so like, and I'm sure that there's a reason for this and whatever, but what I don't understand is like, okay, so Maverick makes the call and goes back to like help him, of which none of the ground crew are in his ear, and no one says anything to this guy who's clearly like not okay, is going to take down the plane and kill himself and the other person in the plane, which they seem to care about a lot later, but they're angry at Maverick about that. But then later,
because he could have wrecked the plane.
Because he could have wrecked the plane, but then the other plane, so like I didn't get that. Like I like, if that was an isolated incident, I would have been like, okay, fine. But then later,
I did get the feeling though that they were very impressed with his flying and his heroics, and they kind of say it, but because it doesn't follow the rules and it's the Navy, like they have to follow rules. So I feel like he got in trouble just for the sake of like a rule was bent.
But then later, like granted they're having that moment where they're like trying to talk Maverick back into like becoming a pilot on the other side of losing his best friend and his partner.
Because fuck trauma, PTSD, and therapy. Like, it was the 80s. Get back on the horse.
But in those moments, they're like angry at him in like training exercises and like in other places for like backing down and doing what they want. Following the rules. And it was like, there's just a lot of, as you said, like a lot of contradiction in that. I was like, why was it the wrong thing to do when he was saving the person in the plane, which like would have made sense if the ground team had been talking to that person and like trying to figure it out, and they were like, you land, we'll deal with this. But they weren't. They were like,
we're overthinking it, Katie.
That plane is going down. I had a lot of thoughts. I was like, why is he the bad guy? Like, why is he? That's the point of this.
They made a whole eye candy scene with sweaty volleyball just to engage a female audience / whoever enjoys that audience. It's All
right, a moment for a whole bunch of facts, because Paul has been dropping a whole bunch of facts, so we need a moment for Paul facts. Thank you, Paul. So Paul says, this film is credited with starting the home video industry. Originally, VHS tapes were priced at $100 upon first release and were sold mainly to video stores. But since then, pricing VHS tapes to own right away became a common practice. It was priced down immediately upon release, made possible by Pepsi buying ad space at the beginning of the tape. Which I think
And
is,
they have a product in the movie,
yep, is
in the
absolutely
classroom.
interesting. And this, in answer to some of the things that you were talking about, Nat, was the tension between Maverick and Iceman isn't just down to good acting. Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer intentionally kept their distance and never socialized. Yeah, I thought they both did. I mean,
Boys in method acting, whatever.
yeah, they're both great actors, though. I enjoy them.
They are.
Um,
I do love that Val Kilmer came back in the second one. So
it made me so
and
sad.
a lot of people didn't know this.
don't.
He had a lot of people don't know this. People knew this, but a lot of people that in my immediate circle of friends didn't realize. They're like, what was with Val Kilmer's voice? And it's like, he had
no, he had throat cancer.
debilitating throat cancer.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Hopefully all of you knew that. Yeah.
I mean, well, we're all movie people who are here, I guess, so we would probably know more. But like, my brother had no idea. He's like, "What was that?" And it's like, he's like, "That was a choice." He's like, "It was a bit weird." I'm like, "No, he literally could not speak." So it was nice that Tom Cruise gave him that opportunity to come back one last time, like for one last sort of hurrah, you know?
Yeah.
And to make sure that he was there. Apparently, it was very like they really made sure to take care to bring him back and set that up for him. So that was nice.
It made me so sad.
So they weren't friends in the 80s, but they were friends in 2020.
Well, I don't know if they weren't. I think they intentionally, like they, I don't know if it was that they were friends or not friends. They just
for tension's sake.
For tension's sake, yeah. And then Josh is pointing out, which I want to talk about in a minute here once we get through all of the rest of our facts, but that most of the scenes that actually come to mind for him are all the ones that had the music video for Berlin's "Take My Breath Away,"
which is the sex scene.
Which is the sex scene, the romance overload. Yeah. And Paul is saying the elevator
it was a very
scene,
good film.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Was added months after filming because the test audience wanted a love scene. I
feel like that's why she was wearing a hat, was to cover up different hair.
Yeah, she had changed her hairstyle and then they were screwed, so that's why. But I actually thought like there's something.
I loved the tension in that scene.
I was going to say, I am very straight, but there is something very sexy about a woman wearing with her curls and her lipstick and the white t-shirt and the hat on with her she looked like sexy but powerful and and the tension in that scene is incredible. I don't know, for whatever reason
it's the tension when the other person gets on the elevator, and I'm like, there's no way he doesn't know that you guys are completely giving each other fuck
also,
the eyes.
Probably does not care. Does not at all doesn't involve him at all. Doesn't care.
No.
Doesn't.
But he knows.
And then this is really sad. I didn't read this in my research, but apparently stunt pilot Art Scholl was killed during the production of the movie. He was only 54 years old. He died when his Pitt S2 camera plane failed to recover from a flat spin and plunged into the Pacific Ocean.
Oh my god.
The film is dedicated
it's
to
like
him.
It's like hitting cement, it's like hitting pavement, hitting the water at those speeds.
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I can't imagine. One positive, interesting fact that I came across is in the initial scene where Charlie and Maverick first meet. So the scene where they all sing to her and she gives in, but she is on a date with an actual fighter pilot that some of the characters were based on. So he was the old guy that was off
he
to
looked
the side.
he looked like a goose,
was an actual not a the word isn't award-winning, but a very honored, credentialed, renowned fighter pilot.
Decorated,
award-winning in movie terms. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I have a great story for you.
Go for it. I love it. You're filled with stories today. Bring it on.
So my cottage is through the airspace between two military airports, if you will.
Yeah.
Air bases. One's Mirabel Airport, which is partially cargo and partially military. So they repair planes there. So we repair military shit at Mirabel, and then we test fly it over my cottage. So sometimes we see the craziest shit, in the Navy SEAL. Okay, so This is the fun story.
Only when you have your coffee ready. Then they're like coming in.
Oh my God. No, I'm not even joking, Katie. Okay, so somebody was retiring from the Mirabel Army Base, okay? And they had a connection up at our cottage community. So they had the retirement party at the beach where, like, on the lake where we are. Like, so, I mean, like, we were all invited to this retirement party because it was on our beach. So there's like a whole bunch of us. So when they all get there pretty early in the morning, and it was like a Saturday after a late Friday night for us, like a late bonfire. And then all of a sudden, everything on our breakfast table is my coffee cup falls off the table, and I'm like, the world is ending because we don't have earthquakes in Canada like this, at least not in our area.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is that? And like, it's very unnatural. Look outside and we see an F-18 like essentially buzzing us, but not, because as the pilot later tells us, he's like, it is almost impossible for me to to fly it as slow as I did. Like, it's as slow as physically possible.
He's so bored.
Is how
he's driving by. He's like looking at his watch.
If he went any faster, he's like, your cottages would have been dust. Like, they just sort of or at top speed. So
how kind
we all
of him
go
to
up
slowly traumatize you all.
Yeah. We're too hungover to be traumatized, but the coffee definitely spilled. So we go up to the lake to see what's going on, and he did a couple of flyovers to the lake and literally did like a comes down, swooshes over the water goes spraying and back up and flies away, and it was literally the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Until like an hour and a half later or 2 hours later, when because he went back to Mirabel, parked the plane, and then drove up to the cottage. So 2 hours later, he comes and he's walking. You see this guy get out of the car in his, I want to say onesie, and that is not the right word.
His little onesie zip-up thing.
His little onesie. His, I don't know what
flying
the word is.
suit?
Now it's a onesie.
His
flight
sorry.
suit.
I'm so sorry, pilots. Pilots are like, what the hell?
They're like, this girl is so dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes up and he has his aviators on, and he gets out of the car. He's like tall, as fit as they are in this movie. He takes off his glasses, shakes his hair out, and walks up to the beach. He unzips the top of his onesie, and he has like his like little like white fitted tank top underneath, with his tags there. And I'm like, everybody was like, "Oh my God, like, this is the hottest human being on the face of the earth." That was the coolest thing I think I'd ever seen in my life, besides him actually buzzing the lake. It was ridiculous. And then Nanny Andrea missed it. She wasn't there. She's like, Nat, how cool was he? I'm like, fighter jet pilot cool?
Top Gun cool.
Yeah, she was like, I can't believe I missed it. And it's the way I said fighter jet pilot cool, like it like was the be all end all. Like, she still talks about how I said that then. It's really funny. Anyways. They are that cool. I'm sorry, like the testosterone, and he wasn't like testosterone-y or anything like that, but like the way
the testosterone is deserved in this movie. Like
but he was actually like
that way. You have to be.
But he wasn't. He was like the softest, sweetest, also British man ever, with this wonderful English accent to top it off.
Yeah, out of the plane. But you have to have some level of like
cockiness,
confidence, ego, confidence. Like this is, I will argue, the most confident movie of this generation. Like the confidence in this movie, top notch.
These guys are not short on ego.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, they earned it.
Jumpsuit,
yes, thank you.
Jumpsuit?
That's actually the word.
I thought flight suit was close.
Flight suit or jumpsuit.
Doc, since you're late for class, you're not allowed to make fun of the fact that Nat just called a flight suit / jumpsuit a onesie.
I did.
You can't make fun of that.
He totally will, and that's fine.
Well, before we like get too far into the episode, because I know we're nearing
fighter pilot onesies.
Next up in the VHS Club merch shop, fighter pilot onesies, Top Gun themed fighter pilot onesies.
to just be like an F-14 that says onesie, and on the back is like, I'm fighter jet pilot hot.
Done. Next week on the VHS
Oh yeah,
Club.
it needs to be our little tater in a onesie.
Tater in a onesie. Yep, got it. I'm on it with
Oh my
so
God.
much enthusiasm. I want I'm not gonna. I want to talk a little bit about the soundtrack in this movie because I think honestly,
Very good.
like this might be one of the best soundtracks of the 80s. The soundtrack is the main character in this movie. Like
Yes.
every moment from the very like usually
It's so over the top.
it's so over the top.
So over the top.
But I will say, like, normally in these movies, like my attention span, because life right now is like pretty low. So like normally when you start with the older movies and they do the like music and then the like whole cast at the beginning, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a snack, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna have my drink, I get my blanket.
Yeah, but
this one I'm like captivated. There's not even anything all that interesting happening.
Like,
there's just like
they're
planes.
prepping the planes on the naval ship, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is so cool. And because it's real, like we know that they used like it was all real life stuff.
Yeah, be right back. I'm signing up.
yeah. Like it is very impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
If this is your job, you are very impressive.
Yeah. So Danger Zone, like the adrenaline in that
G-force
song,
would shatter all my bones.
all of it.
In a second.
That song, everything. Take My Breath Away, as Josh mentioned earlier. Like that's just like
Berlin,
immediately just like so sexy. The like I mean all of it. Like all of it. Every
even it's
piece
like
of
you
music
know
in this is flawless.
Like there's the like about to go on a mission music. Yeah. And then there's the like Maverick and Iceman conflict music, and like they all have like little themes that like pop up here and there. There's like the love theme, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, Kathy's saying the soundtrack has a cut by her favorite singer, Tina Marie, called "Lead Me On." It was on Epic Records, her label. Yeah, literally, there is no bad music. Like every single thing is so perfectly done. Like unsurprisingly, Take My Breath Away won the Oscar for Best Original Song in this film. So like, I round of applause for the soundtrack. I think honestly, soundtrack, main character energy all the way through. I was trying to think of like another soundtrack that is like this impressive. The only one that stands
Forrest
in mind.
Gump.
Oh, that fair.
I dropped that really hard and fast.
Fine. All right, Forrest Gump, let's fight.
Dazed and Confused.
I was gonna say Empire Records for me, but that's 90s,
Records,
so that doesn't.
Well, I just
listed their own
3 90s movies. So yeah,
fair. Yeah, you're wrong.
80s.
I was talking about 80s movies.
80s, The Labyrinth.
Oh.
I mean, it's David Bowie.
I mean, yes. But all I get all the way through though. Like there's some great songs on that one. I know you're like Fight Me to the Death for the Labyrinth, which is fair.
I'm obsessed.
Footloose and Fame. All right, y'all.
Footloose
fine.
Oh, Fame. Yeah.
Kathy's
Footloose
like, what do you mean? Obviously, Fame. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fame is okay.
All right.
Look, the 80s had great soundtracks. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like there's not a
Dirty Dancing.
Like what movies now?
I know none. I mean,
I always go back to this movie and is this the only new movie I've seen in the past 6 years? But the movie Fresh had a great soundtrack. Not pop music, but it was a very, very good soundtrack and very well made movie.
The music just
Saltburn had a good soundtrack.
It sets the tone.
Yeah.
Like it should. Wow. I am so tired that Doc wrote Love Fame and I was like, I haven't heard of Love Fame. What movie is Doc loves Fame. We're moving on. All right. So we already talked about Charlie and Maverick's romance. So sorry to Eddie, who was like, wait a second, have you talked about this? So Eddie, controversial opinion from Eddie, potentially, maybe we all agree with this, thinks that that Tom and Kelly were mismatched and that Tom and Jen in the second movie made a better couple.
So when I saw the second movie, I was like, oh God, are they going to pair Tom Cruise's older butt with this really young? And I'm like, yeah, they are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, and I guess that's fair because in the first movie, she was supposed to be so much older than him. and he was the young one. But I'm like, so it keeps that whole age gap thing going. But I'm like, oh, did they have good chemistry? Absolutely.
I think they had really good chemistry. I don't think necessarily that like I don't
think
know how
in this movie again, what I found awkward about their chemistry wasn't their chemistry, but that they keep saying she's so much older. And I'm like, she's arguably like a year older than him. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, maybe she was, but it didn't look it, you know? So I think it was awkward in how it was discussed. But then again, I love the tension with them in the elevator. That was great.
Yeah, it's
again, the romance, like you said, wasn't necessary. So maybe it was just that in its entirety.
I feel like the moments of tension where it's like he's this. I think okay. Now that I've given this a lot of thought,
I do love a good
Eddie,
professor-student romance, even though it's super not supposed to happen.
I actually
would
think,
not happen.
I think the storyline makes more sense. I think that they stand alone. Okay, come with me on this journey. I think in the first movie, it actually makes more sense for Tom Cruise's character, who is a young, hotshot, ego, testosterone-filled guy, to go after the older, sexy woman at the bar, like the smart, capable, confident woman at the bar. And like for that, I think that storyline makes sense. I don't know necessarily whether or not they had more chemistry, like which couple had more chemistry. I think it was just very different. I think the moments of tension between the two of them in the first movie are actually better than the sex scenes. The sex scenes were like dull and boring to me. The music killed, but the sex scenes I was like, whatever.
I kind of liked,
take or leave the sex scenes. But
I liked the filming of it because they kept it PG, but also kind of not. Like it was very teasing.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, like, okay, so the curtains blowing in the wind was kind of like, okay, well, that's a little ridiculous.
It was like a Celine Dion music video. I mean, oh, look at this Celine Dion music video.
Again, I'm like, it was the 80s.
It was the 80s. So I will say
but
that.
Like the close-up tension was interesting. I liked how that was filmed. It was, like, it was a non-sex scene, if that makes sense.
But I think that the sequel makes
PG.
I think the sequel makes like equal sense. Like, I think it actually makes sense that now that he's the older character, he's
still sexy in his onesie.
Yeah, that like then it almost makes sense that to go after the like younger bartender. Like it's not like him being it's a different dynamic. I think because of the change in age of the characters, it's a different dynamic. It's not like it's a different storyline. That's an interesting point, Eddie. Thank you for bringing that. You've changed my mind tonight. I love all these other soundtracks. So just shooting through all the other soundtracks of people judging my decisions. So Doc says St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, that's true.
Gangs of New York. Chicago wasn't 80s though, but Chicago.
Chicago's great though.
All right. There's a little known movie called That Night that has a killer soundtrack. All right. I'm in for that. Grease. Not an 80s movie, but okay. I give you that. I love a musical. I am there for a musical. Night you guys would love.
Little Shop of Horrors?
Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors.
Ooh. C. Thomas Howell, Elijah Duke, Julia Lewis. Okay, adding that on my watch list. Kathy.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kathy. Empire Records.
Same taste in movies.
Yes, Empire Records 100%. And it was Rex Manning Day yesterday. So all right.
It was Happy Rex Manning Day, everybody.
Happy Rex Manning Day. I bought Nat a Rex Manning Day banner for her to hang in her studio, which I have yet to get to her, and I intentionally meant to put it out yesterday and like get a cool photo, and I didn't pull it off. So I'm sorry for
I did get you buttons too.
Yes, I also have buttons. I had so many photo opportunities. How about we just carry Rex Manning Day through this week, and I will share some photos on belated photos for next time. Yeah. All right, well, a few more facts for you, Nat. So we talked a little bit about the fighter jets and the realism. So the all of this was done with practical effects. All of this was done in support of the Navy and the Pentagon and every ridiculous high-level government authority. The actors actually go through naval training to learn to fly. There were cameras mounted inside real jets, which we mentioned earlier with the tragic accident that happened, this was groundbreaking at the time. Like, no one would ever try to do that, and yet they did. The Pentagon had script approval, which is insane. And I like, which does kind of beg the question. Like, again, like I know that
Well,
they
'cause
made
you
a
don't
sequel
want
to
the
this, but
planes. You don't
Yeah.
want the planes to be used
incorrectly.
in an an un-American fashion.
Yeah.
You know, like there's I can't remember what movie it's from. I feel like it's a movie about making a movie, but it's in it. There's an ambulance or a police car, and somebody says that's a decidedly un-American siren. What was that from?
Oh, really?
Like you remember that, don't you? But
faintly. Yeah.
it's a quote from a movie or a show.
Huh.
Anyways, but like it's interesting that it is something that is thought of when making a movie. Like, does that siren sound American or European, or like, so it's like with the planes, it's like, how are you using them? I imagine that's why the Pentagon had script to say.
Well, it is interesting, and we've talked about this before, and I did not pull it off for this movie, but so my father and both of my husband's parents worked their entire careers in aviation, so they know aircraft inside and out. And most
Yes.
movies make the crazy mistake of showing you the
Like
outside,
pushing the joystick in the wrong way.
well, not even that. For non-military aircraft, they make the crazy mistake of like they will show you an airplane, like a private jet, for example, and then they show you the interior of a completely different. Like none of it matches up because they're just trying to get the best shot, right? Whereas you're right,
because you buy the shots of the outside,
Yeah.
and then you have a set
You have
for
a
the
set for
inside,
the
and it's
inside,
probably
yeah.
not even a plane.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like for this, it is interesting that like you're right, they would have to have a higher level of accuracy, and for a number of different reasons. And then also like
And depending on what planes were being used at the time, maybe they didn't want all of the inside to be shown accurately.
yeah, exactly. And as Doc is saying, like continuity was really important in this movie because they knew that people would have feels. people would have a lot to say about it, right? So I do think it is interesting. I don't know how, like, if this movie for the first time had been made today, I would imagine that a lot of it would be done with CGI, would be done with like workarounds to save them on a ton of cost, to save the risk, to save all these different things. And I don't think it would have been as good. Like you could feel the energy, the adrenaline, the G-force. Like there is something about it being real that I think does make this movie better.
I think our friend Pete from If These Balls Could Talk podcast actually worked on Top Gun.
The newer one? Yeah.
Yeah, like for the computer, for the CGI. I believe he did. Why I know that, I'm not sure. But it's come up in conversation before.
He works for a company that works on a lot of very cool movies, so I would not be surprised.
I think he had said that, and I don't know if it's supposed to be said out loud, but so there was a CGI budget for the whole movie, and then a CGI budget for a particular actor's appearance.
I remember
and that
him
budget was bigger than the budget for the planes and the flying and the fighting and all of that. Which I mean, he looked great. So I am very pleased with final product.
It's good to know that famous actors that are men are also equally worried about how they look on camera to the rest of us. So
yeah.
Absolutely perfect. Well, we got to all the way to the end of all of my notes, with the exception of some of the absolutely incredible quotes in this movie. So do you have a favorite quote, Nat?
I hate when she does that.
Oh. Sorry. Oh, I hate
Goose.
Oh,
no, Goose.
Like,
Goose, when he said something about the song.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like all the ones
Katie.
from I like all the ones from
Katie.
Viper. I like son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty great. I'm just looking through a bunch of them. There's
quite some famous ones. What's the one
I
where
feel
they
the need for speed.
That one. Yes,
you can
that's
be
what I
my
was thinking.
wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine. That one's a good one.
Yeah.
She's lost that loving feeling. The one that you quoted. The too close for missiles. I'm switching to guns. Sorry, Goose, but it's time to buzz the tower. I do love.
Which
do
I mean,
love
like,
the,
I don't know if you can properly understand it until it happens, but I mean, like, it feels like your house is gonna fall apart.
No, it's like don't even get me started on it.
I like that guy in the tower was rightfully that pissed off because, like, I mean, like him spilling his coffee on himself, and like literally every piece of paper in that building would have flown all over the place.
His
like,
little hissy fit is like at the beginning is
pretty accurate.
wonderful. Like I would be that level angry, and like his just like it's just great.
He should have been that pissed.
He
like
should have been that pissed.
Because I mean, like they didn't have laptops. You know, like they had computers, but they were like the size of rooms, right?
Yeah.
So it's like everything's paper, and that paper would have been all over the place. That would have been a mess.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, some assistant was working overtime to solve that problem. Oh my gosh. Well, we have made it all the way to the end of this episode. So if you're hanging out with us live, now is the time for you to drop in how many fighter jets, cups of coffee that got spilled. What else could we rate in? Goose. We could rate in geese. You could rate in gease. You could rate
dark,
in,
but yeah.
Yeah, a little dark. Yeah.
It's technically
If you
0.
rate in geese, you need to give it 5. Just that's the rule. You can rate in potatoes. You can
like,
rate in
how many
stars.
ways can Anthony Edwards die that makes me cry horribly?
Oh my gosh, so many ways.
Also, because Dr. Green, ER was one of my favorite shows, and I'm still not. I had rewatched it during lockdown when it came out on Disney/Hulu. And I had to stop. Like, as soon as Dr. Green said I had a headache, I'm like, I'm out. DNF. I'm not finishing this. I'm like, and I wanted to watch the later seasons, but I'm like, I can't get through it. I'm like, I'm not doing that to myself again. I'm like crying uncontrollably. I know it's a brain tumor. Don't go to your hockey game.
That's me with Veronica Mars. I'm like all the way almost to the end, and then fuck you. I am not watching
But you know
this
what?
show.
I still want them to come back and do her at the FBI, because now she has the character growth to work at the FBI.
No.
I know Logan's dead.
No,
But
no.
I'm with Rob Thomas on this one.
Where's the mute button? I need to find the mute button. Well, what is your rating, Nat? Before I switch over to my rating, Paul's giving 5 geese. Well done, Paul. Good. A for listening. A+ for listening.
So let's see. Very entertaining.
Yep.
Fantastic soundtrack.
Well made. Well acted.
Well made. Good acting.
Oh, 5
Tom Cruise is always good at his
volleyballs.
jobs.
Well
Oh,
done.
clever.
Well done. Josh is a take it or leave it, which is totally fair. I like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it.
I think for me, 4.
All right.
I think it's a 4 for me.
I never update
It's not
this
a 5.
scene,
It's not
so.
a 5 for me.
Because
Because we do it live every time,
I
Katie.
think we were at 5 last time. Yeah, here we are.
Leave
So
the one in the middle.
So allow me to remove the one from the middle. All right, and remove this one over here. All right, yeah. So we're at 4. I'll give you 4. It's a very fun watch for me. I like it. Doesn't. It's not one I sit there and memorize. It's not one that I need to rewatch over and over and over again. But it's like every time someone's like Top Gun,
But
I'm
it's
like,
also we've
Top
seen
Gun.
it a
I like
lot.
that one. Yeah, yeah. It's the like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like an action movie. I like to feel the adrenaline. Of the
Yeah.
need for speed. It did make me want to watch all I can think of now is Thunder over Louisville, which is not the name. Days of Thunder. It made me want to rewatch Days of Thunder. I in my mind, controversial, maybe inaccurate information, I might like Days of Thunder as much as Top Gun. I don't know, but I think I might.
I feel like it didn't have.
I liked that one, and
the
I don't even
same
like car racing.
impact.
But
Katie, you're in America, New England. You can't say that you don't like NASCAR. Like, are you crazy?
I don't
I'm joking.
think enough about it
But
to not like
a
it.
big thing down
But
there.
I like that movie, and I think part of it is for that one. When I was a kid, we drove to Tennessee to visit friends of my parents, and it was like one of the first times. Not the first time I had been to the U.S., but like definitely the first time I had been like to the South. So we were there, and we went to a restaurant called Hardee's, which is like a burger restaurant for those of you who are not in America. I don't even know if Hardee's still exists, but at the time they had this like kids meal equivalent thing, and they had Days of Thunder like Hot Wheel cars, and I got the like mellow yellow Days of Thunder Hot Wheel car, and I had not at
That
all
was
seen
my
the movie
favorite
at the
Hot Wheel
time,
car.
but it was my
I was
favorite
obsessed
Hot
with
Wheel
my
car.
mellow.
Yeah.
Right? Me
Yeah.
too. It was
Yeah.
my favorite. I think we got it from McDonald's or something,
Yeah.
but it was my favorite. Like, I have a whole bunch of Hot Wheels. So does my brother, and now so does my nephew. But Mellow Yellow was my favorite. Every time my brother tried to steal it, that's when I'd get big angry as a toddler.
Wait, we gotta go over to the ratings for a second. So Kathy, negative four planes? Does that mean like no? We didn't hated this movie? Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's fair.
Val is giving it 4 onesies. No, I just want to make sure I understand. That's a fair rating. That's totally fine.
I
4
love the
onesies from Val. Wait, Val,
Oops.
you only saw half. Did you see Goose die? Like, which half did you watch? What did you get
I
up
hope
to?
it was the first half.
I hope
That
it was
more
the first
fun.
half.
Second half got a little sad.
Oh, and now Kathy for Geese. So let us
Geese.
know.
Okay.
So Kathy somewhere in between. Josh is saying that he's never seen Days of Thunder, but he used to play the NES game all the time. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, I played the arcade game. That was great.
Even this movie, I was just like, "There's a video game, and I'm here for it." Just like,
I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's something you can watch with the kids.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really,
yeah, it's a couple scenes
you
to
know,
fast forward.
like
but
even the
otherwise,
sex scene is not really like, it's all like faded to like midnight blue.
Yeah.
Like and curtains blowing in the
Curtains
wind.
blowing. It is a Celine Dion music video. There is like a
Yeah, it
specific
really is.
Celine music video that like has
With the
like,
candles and she's walking
with
through
the
the
candles,
castle.
the gothic vibes. That was immediately what I think of when I saw that scene. It was just like the Celine Dion
Like
music
if
was
I could
playing
sing,
in my
I would hum it right now, but I can't.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't. Oh, there you go, Doc. All right, Doc and I are gonna review Days of Thunder coming soon. We're all in. Rubbing his racing. Oh, there you go. Hardee's is Carl's Jr. here on the West Coast. I've also been to a Carl's Jr.
Oh, cool.
I'm not even a giant burger person, but there's my review of Hardee's. We went to a Hardee's, which sounds like Harvey's, which is a burger place in Canada, which is incredible. And my brother was, I don't even know how old he was, little, maybe like 2 or 3, and he was in one of those like jungle Jimmy thing. It was the 90s. He was in one of these. Like,
Was he wearing a onesie?
Jungle Jimmy. Maybe he was wearing a onesie, and no one was probably watching him as much as they should have. And he like fell and like cut, like, I think it was his face. He got like some like non-small injury. He's fine. He's alive and well. But it was an epic experience at the Hardee's. But that's my
Like,
that's my memory of Days of Thunder. It's entirely in a
those old
non-Days of
like
Thunder moment.
like the old like little parks, like the McDonald's. Remember how McDonald's had those like outdoor parks?
Yep.
And everything was metal?
Yes.
Like there was like the Hamburglar, and like I know people who fell out of that
Oh,
and
yeah.
broke their arms.
Yeah.
Like
He
all
didn't
the
break
time.
anything. I feel like he just got like a very bad cut. I
Bad
think like, on
gash.
it. Might have been on his face. I could totally be making this part of it up, but I recall him falling and it being like a scene because we were in the U.S. and we were not from the U.S.
Like, oh
It's
god, I don't
coming,
want to go to the
friends.
hospital.
Onesie or flight shirt t-shirts coming soon to our merch shop, which you can see at the VHSClubPod.com. Well, we've got
I mean, it's technically a onesie.
technically
It's
onesie.
a one piece.
It's not a onesie.
I mean, like I have a unicorn onesie, and that is not at all the same. But I do also have like a mechanics, like, you know, like the green khaki, like
Yeah.
it was like a Texaco onesie.
Also a onesie, yeah, exactly. All the
I'm like,
onesies. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I
It's
probably
correct.
should have caffeinated today.
No, I think we now have a fun new T-shirt and a fun new onesie. Life is good. Which brings me to my next point, which is to thank all of you for signing up for our email list. We got a bunch of new people in, which is really exciting, and huge congratulations to our awesome winner who won one of our T-shirts. So we'll do more. We will do more fun. We'll do more fun giveaways going forward. But yeah, a bunch of fun T-shirts and mugs and a bag and a bunch of fun stuff up in the merch shop. So always designing and thinking of weird and wonderful ways to add 80s and 90s style whimsy to all of your days. But thank you for joining our email list. And we have upcoming, Josh has some fun upcoming plans for movie nights, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So we're happy to have you all on our list so that we can get your movie recommendations and let you know what we're doing and hear all your feedback, and for you to give us all these crazy T-shirt ideas. You know, it's all the fun. I have not seen Iron Eagle. Have you seen Iron Eagle, Nat? It's like teen Top Gun. A TV show or a movie, Eddie? You'll have to let us know.
I have to Google it.
Iron Eagle.
Eagle.
Oh, if it's a movie, we're adding it to our list.
Oh, it looks familiar.
Nat's seen everything, so I'm sure she's probably seen it.
Also 1986.
Oh. Fun.
It looks so familiar, but I don't remember it well. Who's in it? Okay, what just happened?
Well, more to come. We will let you know. And as Val is asking, when is movie night? So we do movie
David
nights.
Suchet's in it, Katie.
Poirot.
Our Poirot. We love Poirot.
We're all in. Movie night is this upcoming Wednesday. I don't know exactly what date that is. Wednesday, April, insert date here. Next Wednesday is our Wednesday watch party. And we're going old school 80s specials. So we're not doing a full movie for this upcoming one, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, keep tuned. And we're going to add some extra. We have some fun summer plans for movie nights. So get ready. But they are on Wednesdays so that we keep our regular Thursday schedule. But yeah. Well, thank you to all of you for hanging out with us tonight for Top Gun, and happy birthday, Top Gun. Somehow you are 40, which we refuse to believe. Because it's still
Impossible.
2000.
I'm 20.
And the year is 2000, and I don't understand what's happening. But hey, here we go. Well, thank you. Well, Val has seen Taps, so we obviously need to add that one to our list.
Taps is good too.
Taps is a good one. We have not done that one yet, but we will need to for Val. I think that would be fantastic. And Josh is saying that Wednesday, April 15th. Thank you, Josh, for filling in my numbers. I don't have a calendar open in front of me. Well, thank you. And once again, if you are not on our email list, please swing on over to the vhsclubpod.com/email. That'll get you on the email list. And we send all kinds of fun updates. We have some fun plans coming up for the summer. We'll let you know what our watch parties are, what we're thinking of for episodes, and we take recommendations. So hopefully you will see us there. We'll drop the QR code here in this next scene. And otherwise, we'll catch you next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Kenny and Nat, walking the scene.